So if you feel like you've been unable to grow your business and you're stuck where you are, but you still feel completely overwhelmed, this might be the problem. Your systems, so understanding my process for doing things, my step-by-step for taking on projects, how I could convert leads into clients and so on. When I understood that, that's when I was able to start working less and always make more. So grow my business without having to do a lot more. And if this is what you want for your business, watch this video. So I've already told you that having good systems in place is going to be a game changer for your business. So let's get into it. What are systems? Systems are just a framework that you're going to be able to use so that you are more efficient with everything that you do in your business. If you know exactly what needs to happen from the moment a lead signs up on your website all the way to offboarding them as a client, then you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. And that's what we want. Systems, in this case, as an interior designer, it means having a client management tool and a project management tool, because you have to manage your clients and you have to manage your projects. And if you can do both of those, you're going to be well on your path to growing your business very quickly. And so in this video, I want to talk about 4 benefits of having good systems in place. Number 1, when you're organized and consistent, you increase your efficiency. By streamlining your operations, you also make them more efficient. So as I said, you know exactly what needs to happen and when, so you're much faster because you don't need to think about what needs to happen next. And I think that when you're not sure what needs to happen next, that's when you're gonna make mistakes, because you're gonna miss to send important information to your clients. You're gonna forget to tell the designer to do this thing, and then it's gonna mess up the entire project. Or you're gonna forget to order a product and it's gonna be delivered too late in the client's house. So all these things matter, and the more organized you're gonna be, the more efficient your operations are also going to be. Number 2, if you're highly organized and you have a framework for doing everything in your business, you're going to be able to grow more easily. So even if you're working by yourself now, I think it's important that you look at where you want to be in 5 years. Do you want to onboard a few people? Or maybe you don't want to have employees, but you want to work with a freelancer or an outsourcing team. Whatever it is, at some point, if you want to grow your business and have a successful business, you're gonna have to onboard new people. And when you're processing in your head that you don't have a clear framework or clear procedures for doing things, it's going to be very time consuming and very difficult for anyone to join your team, because they're not going to be clear on what you need and when. They're going to have to come to you every 5 minutes with questions. But when you have everything documented very well in your business, even if you're alone right now, it will save you time and money in the long run. Having systems will also help you create a better strategy for your business, because if you keep everything documented, then you will also be able to run numbers as to what is working and what is not working. If you're all over the place, you're just working on the business, or you're actually working in the business every day, but you are not looking into the future. So you don't know what services you have. Well, actually, you don't have the time to assess what services are working, which ones aren't working, which ones are bringing you money, so they're making you profits, and which ones you could just ditch. So it's absolutely key that you're able to make better decisions because everything is documented. So it's easier to put together a strategy. And then the third point about being able to grow your business is that if you have systems in place, you will be able to automate some of the repetitive tasks. And this is very important, especially as a solopreneur, because your time is limited and you cannot be spending your entire day doing small admin tasks that a computer can do for you. So in some cases, you'll still need a VA, but let's say for my business, for example, I am able to automate quite a lot of tasks that are repetitive, that don't need to be done by me, and that can easily be done between even the lead capture to onboarding a new client. So I take advantage of that because it's hours of my time every week that I save that I can spend on strategy or talking to clients or doing these videos. Number 3, having good systems is going to be a huge help when it comes to onboarding new employees, freelancers, outsourcing teams. I touched on that a little bit before, but when you have clear systems, you have procedures in place, for how to do things, then the onboarding process is going to be much faster. They won't need to ask you questions every 5 minutes, making you more stressed, wasting your time, and making them feel like they don't understand anything, which can impact how good they feel about working with you. So what we want is get them to speed very fast. And yes, you're hiring someone who has the skills that you need. However, every business is different. They don't know the way that you work. They don't know the way that you take on projects. Trust me, I work with hundreds of designers and all of them have different ways of taking on projects. So when you onboard someone new, they will not know how you work and what your expectations are. And it's going to be your job to ensure that your processes are clear enough that they can at least understand the basics of what you're expecting from them. And then with experience, the more they work with you, they will learn about who you are and what your business is all about. And something that you've probably heard about in the past is SOPs. SOPs are standard operating procedures. They're exactly that, procedures, frameworks on how you do things. So it's basically a document that outlines step by step what needs to happen for specific tasks. So in my own business, I have a way of doing SOPs. When I onboarded the first designers or the first operation manager or the first project manager, I got them to document what they were doing for me, what they were doing for the specific position that they had. So for example, an operations manager does specific tasks that a designer is not going to be able to do because it's a different position. So I asked the operations manager to create a document just saying everything that she has to do every day for the business. And all of that is going to go into a database. I use Google Drive. And let's say tomorrow she's not able to work with me anymore. I have to onboard someone new. They can just review the SOP about this position. And then we can just move on to the training phase. Same thing for the designers. We have SOPs for the designers. So when I onboard a new designer, we don't need to spend 5 hours of our time telling them everything about the business. They will review the documents first, and then we'll have an onboarding meeting where they can ask questions about the position, but then it's going to be mostly about training. They'll make mistakes, probably, most likely actually, and it's fine. It's a learning curve, and the SOPs really help because when they have doubts, they can just go back to the document and they won't need to come every 5 seconds to ask us questions. And finally, if we have everything documented, it means that all the designers on the team will follow the same procedure. It's not about reinventing the wheel. If everybody can follow the same procedure, then it makes us more efficient, because when everybody does their own thing, then it's very confusing for everyone and it makes us waste a lot of time. It potentially has an impact on the work that we deliver. So the more you can standardize the process, the better. And then number 4, you improve your client experience. When you're very organized, you have a clear process, you get your clients what they need when they need it. A good example is you onboarded a client yesterday, but you're on holiday right now. So it means that they are not getting their welcome packet, they're not getting any information whatsoever on your company and how they're going to be able to start sharing information with you. But if you were able to automate this part, let's take the example of how I onboard a client. As soon as they pay the invoice, they will receive all the onboarding documents. So I don't need to be physically in front of the computer to send them what they need when they need it. Upon paying the invoice, they will automatically receive everything that they need so that we can get started as soon as possible. This is the same for your business. If you can streamline your operations, you can automate some of the steps, it means that you will be able to get your clients what they need when they need it, improving the customer experience, how happy they are with your services, and how likely they are to recommend you to their friends and family. So in conclusion, it's key that you set up systems in your business, even if you're working on your own. I started setting up systems at the end of my first year, and it was the best decision because I saw how much faster I was, how much more efficient we were as a team, and how much more I could get done. So I highly recommend that you start thinking about what you may want to do in terms of client management and in terms of project management as well. Here at KVM, we do one-on-one setups for interior designers. We use Dubsado as a client management tool. It was a tool that was made for creatives, so it's highly customizable, and I absolutely love how much stuff I'm able to automate with it. So we do one-on-one setup for this one, and we also do one-on-one setups in ClickUp, which is the project management tool that we've been using for our clients. We also have a mini course on how to set up your workflows in Dubsado to automate some of your processes yourself. And we sell the ClickUp template. So it's a template with everything that you need. You can just edit based on your own needs. All of that is in our shop on our website. I'll link it down below. And if you have any questions about the setups, reach out either via email or by writing a comment down below, and I will send you more information about it. So I hope this video was helpful. If you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.